Tonight's developments demand close attention, because once the full picture is clear, it becomes obvious why the pressure surrounding Meghan Markle is escalating rapidly. A serious storm is forming, and this time it may not be one she can sidestep or manage through familiar strategies. The source of that pressure is Tom Bauer, the investigative journalist whose previous work sent shockwaves through royal and media circles alike. He is preparing to release a follow-up book, and early indications suggest that it may be significantly more damaging than anything that has come before. This is not a standard royal biography or a speculative exposé. It is a deeply researched investigative project supported by substantial financial backing, legal preparation, and major media partnerships. Unlike previous controversies, this one is unfolding in a space Meghan and Prince Harry do not control and cannot easily influence. The mechanisms they have relied on in the past, public relations management, selective interviews, sympathetic platforms, and legal pressure, are unlikely to stop what is coming. At the center of this situation is the fact that Tom Bauer has secured a major serialization agreement with News UK, the media group owned by Rupert Murdoch. As a result, his upcoming book will be serialized in the Times, with potential publication in the Sun as well. These outlets are among the most widely read newspapers in the United Kingdom, with vast audiences, established credibility, and extensive legal resources. Their involvement ensures that the revelations from the book will reach millions of readers and remain in the public conversation for an extended period. This arrangement is particularly significant because it signals a shift in media dynamics. One of the UK's most prominent royal-focused outlets, the Daily Mail, did not pursue this serialization. That absence is telling. The publication is currently entangled in ongoing legal disputes with Harry and Meghan, which has constrained how aggressively it can report on them. As a result, its coverage has become more cautious and measured. Tom Bauer, recognizing these limitations, turned instead to newspapers that are not restrained by such legal considerations and are prepared to publish without fear of retaliation. For the Sussexes, this represents a worst-case scenario. Over the past several years, they have worked consistently to shape their public image and narrative. Through high-profile interviews, a Netflix documentary series, memoirs, and extensive PR efforts, they have positioned themselves as misunderstood figures pushing back against an oppressive system. However, Bauer's work operates outside that narrative framework. His reporting is based on interviews, documentation, corroborated testimony, and detailed timelines rather than personal accounts or emotional framing. The first book already established a foundation that challenged the prevailing portrayal of Meghan Markle. In it, Bauer described her as highly ambitious, strategic, and willing to sever relationships once they ceased to serve her interests. He examined her estrangement from her father, the breakdown of ties with extended family members, and her relentless pursuit of status and influence. The book questioned the idea that she was merely a passive victim of media hostility, instead suggesting a pattern of selectively engaging with publicity when beneficial and rejecting it when inconvenient. Public reaction to that work was substantial. Readers who had previously been uncertain began reassessing their views, while some longtime defenders started asking uncomfortable questions. Importantly, the book also opened the door for additional sources to come forward. With the initial barrier broken, individuals who had previously stayed silent appeared more willing to speak. The upcoming sequel builds on that momentum. Bauer has reportedly expanded his research significantly, traveling extensively in both North America and the United States. He has spoken with people who knew Meghan before her association with the royal family, including figures from her early career in Hollywood and her life as an aspiring actress. These conversations are intended to fill gaps left by earlier reporting and explore areas that have not been thoroughly examined by mainstream media. Many unresolved questions remain, and the new book is expected to address them. These include details about Meghan's early relationships, her involvement in certain social and professional circles, her connections within Hollywood, the circumstances surrounding her first marriage, and allegations regarding her treatment of staff. Additionally, the bullying accusations raised by palace employees, investigated internally but never publicly disclosed, are likely to receive renewed scrutiny. Recent events have only added to the significance of this forthcoming publication. One particularly damaging episode involves what has become known as the Kardashian photo controversy. Meghan and Harry attended a high-profile party where they were photographed socializing and enjoying themselves. Images from the event were shared on social media by guests, including members of the Kardashian family. Shortly afterward, those images were removed. Subsequently, a narrative emerged from the Sussexes camp claiming that the photos had been posted without their consent, that they had explicitly requested no social media sharing due to Remembrance Day, and that their privacy had been violated. This account quickly unraveled. Kim and Khloe Kardashian publicly stated that permission had been granted in advance and that all attendees had been informed about what would be shared. According to their version of events, the issue arose only after Meghan and Harry realized that appearing at a party on Remembrance Day could be perceived negatively. The Kardashians addressed the matter openly, including on their television program, making it clear that consent had been given and later withdrawn. Khloe Kardashian even mocked the situation by joking about posting and deleting images under false claims of non-consent, underscoring how implausible the Sussexes' explanation appeared. The exchange was public, direct, and deeply embarrassing for Meghan and Harry. The fallout extended beyond celebrity relationships. Meghan and Harry's own PR chief, Meredith Maines, reportedly defended them based on information she believed to be accurate, including claims about consent forms and restrictions. When those claims were publicly contradicted, her professional credibility was undermined. Shortly after the incident, she resigned, with sources suggesting she could not continue representing clients who were willing to mislead her and expose her reputation to damage. This incident reinforced a broader pattern. It was not merely a matter of spin or selective framing, but involved assertions that could be easily disproven. As a result, future claims from the Sussexes are likely to be met with heightened skepticism. Against this backdrop, Meghan's recent public-facing efforts have drawn further criticism. Photographs released to promote her lifestyle brand have been widely described as awkward, overly staged, and disconnected from the image she appears to be trying to convey. These images were clearly planned and professionally produced, yet failed to resonate positively. Observers have noted that the lack of effective guidance suggests she may now be surrounded primarily by advisors unwilling to offer honest feedback. At the same time, her business ventures, particularly a jam and jelly brand she has attempted to launch, have struggled to gain traction. Reports of her personally distributing products in an effort to generate interest contrast sharply with the image of a successful lifestyle entrepreneur. These efforts have coincided with declining public goodwill and fading industry support. All of this is unfolding as Tom Bower prepares to release his new work. The timing is especially unfavorable. Public opinion toward Meghan and Harry is already at a low point. Their entertainment deals have stalled or ended. Influential allies have distanced themselves, and even previously sympathetic media outlets have begun questioning their narratives. The serialization strategy amplifies the impact. Publishing excerpts over multiple days or weeks ensures sustained attention rather than a single news cycle. Each installment introduces new details, maintaining momentum and public interest. This approach limits the Sussexes' ability to respond effectively, as any reaction risks extending coverage and validating the allegations. Prince Harry, in particular, is likely to view this development as a direct challenge to his long-running efforts to control media narratives. Despite years of legal action and public campaigning, he is now facing coverage from powerful outlets that are legally prepared and unwilling to yield. Bower's presence at events such as the Invictus Games, where he reportedly conducted interviews and research despite hostile reactions from some supporters, underscores his commitment to gathering first-hand information. The intensity of the response from loyalists suggests a recognition of the threat posed by his work. Many unanswered questions remain central to the story. Meghan's fractured family relationships, the repeated pattern of severed ties, the unresolved bullying allegations, and aspects of her life before meeting Harry that have rarely been examined in depth. Bower's history suggests he will pursue these lines of inquiry regardless of criticism or accusations. The broader context matters as well. Meghan and Harry are confronting declining influence, reduced opportunities, and mounting skepticism. The Kardashian controversy marked a turning point by demonstrating that even high-profile peers were willing to contradict them publicly. That shift may encourage others to speak openly. The collaboration between the Times and The Sun is strategically significant. Together, they reach both elite and mass audiences, ensuring that the book's claims will be widely disseminated across demographic lines. This dual exposure increases pressure and reduces the effectiveness of traditional damage control strategies. For the Sussexes, every potential response carries risk. Silence may be interpreted as confirmation. Engagement may fuel further scrutiny. Either way, control over the narrative is slipping. The implications extend beyond reputation. Future business deals, partnerships, and personal alliances may be affected if the book reinforces perceptions of dishonesty and manipulation. The entertainment industry, in particular, has a history of distancing itself quickly from figures perceived as liabilities. Ultimately, Tom Bower's forthcoming book represents more than another chapter in ongoing controversy. It signals a shift towards sustained investigative scrutiny supported by major media institutions. For Meghan Markle, it poses a serious challenge to a public image carefully constructed over years. Whether this marks a decisive turning point remains to be seen. What is clear is that the combination of documented evidence, extensive sourcing, and powerful publication channels creates a situation that cannot easily be dismissed or deflected. The revelations are approaching, and the impact is likely to be significant. The story is far from finished.